People are surrendering their lockdown pets, so the Lost Dogs Home is holding an adoption drive for big breeds. Domenica Bambino has been looking to add a dog to her family for some time. "We've thought about having a dog for years," she said. "I just think it's a lovely way for the children to get out in nature a bit more, spend less time on screens, and be able to interact with a pet and make some really lovely moments." On Thursday, she found the pawfect match, an enthusiastic 19-month-old Bullmastiff cross named Spider. "We've met today, and we're a bit excited to take him home," Domenica said. To stay up to date with latest top stories, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking the button above this video. He'll have 4 little kids to play with, which is exciting, and some space to play and lots of energy between him and the children. Domenica said she was particularly keen to adopt a shelter dog. "I'd rather give a home to a dog that doesn't have a home," she said. "I just think it's a better option. It's a bit heartbreaking to know that so many dogs need a home and don't have one. So if we can do our bit, why not?" As for Spider's size, which is bound to increase, Domenica is ready for the challenge. "More to love," she said with a laugh. Spider was one of the 35 big dogs, meaning dogs over 20 kilograms, up for adoption at the Lost Dogs Home in Melbourne. In the past month, the number of big dogs surrendered to the shelter has doubled. The home's spokesperson Susan Talevsky said they believe it is due in part to the COVID rush. "Over the last 2 years there's been a lot of interest in adopting dogs and people were adopting and buying dogs left, right and center," she said. "People were so in love with the idea of having a pet that we think they adopted pretty much anything that was available without doing their research in some cases." She said this meant people had not taken into account things like the breed of the dog and their living circumstances. "What happened is those dogs grew up, and they grew up to be big dogs," she said. "That sadly didn't suit some of the circumstances of people going back to work or just their living arrangements. To try and entice families to adopt the big dogs, the shelter is running an adoption drive, slashing their adoption fees for large dogs by half. They have also taken a little bit of inspiration from dating apps, encouraging people to find their pawfect match online before their face-to-face date. They've all had photo shoots, and they're all ready to find their perfect match," said Susan. "If you do see one of our dogs that suits your life and you've done your research, please come in and have a chat to us and we'll introduce you. But that match has to be reciprocated by the dog. They've got the final say in this process." Susan is an advocate for big dogs, but she said people really need to do their research first. "Big dogs are great animals, they're big and beautiful and bouncy. They've got so much love to give, but you really need to consider what your living arrangements are like," she said. "Make sure you're adopting a dog for your lifestyle, not just for now, not just for next week or next month or next year, long term. A dog can be a 20-year commitment. A lot of our dogs have been through quite a bit, so when they leave the shelter we want it to be for the first time and definitely for the last time and into a loving home. At the end of the day, that is what they deserve." As for Spider, he is in for a world of love. His new human brother, 3-year-old Octavius, is certain everyone will love him. "My friends will love Spider because they love him, and even my brothers will love Spider. I love Spider because he's a great dog."